baseball as the new Trier Trevians take on the Deerfield Warriors. At Brian Rogers in left, at Bryan Pritz in center, Tommy Curie in right field. Defensively, Matt Sharp at third.
Hey, flip it on that.
Gelber at short. Chris Busby at second. Matt Loddick at first. And the battery of Steve Florsch and Steve Marte. And we're set to get underway. Boy, what a difference about 12 hours make. Last night, in real time, a beautiful evening for baseball. I mean, it just was such a wonderful evening. And then all of a sudden today, the wind has come in off the lake. Front has rolled through, and it's a chilly morning. Picked up, throw to first, not in time, and a leadoff bunt single by Bruiser. Mike Bruiser leads off the inning. And here is Steve Sirota. Steve Sirota steps in. The pitch on the way, high a ball. Ball one. Trevians and the Deerfield Warriors. Trevians a solid baseball team. Deerfield has had their ups and downs this year. They were supposed to be a lot better than they've turned out to be. They're in a little bit of a downturn this week. They've lost 3 this week alone. To Highland Park, one against Mundelein. Trier has won 3. Here's the runner going for the stolen base and makes it. Bruiser with the stolen base. So run around at second for Sirota. Man Savage on deck. High a ball.
Knee, Steve. On those knees.
Now the pitch. Strike 3. Caught Sirota looking. Here's Man Savage. Wind blowing something of a gale in from the northeast. Could be very difficult to pop one out of here today. There's a strike. Rogers, Pritz, and Geary, the outfield left to right. Sharp, Gelber, Busby, and Loddick, the infield third to first. There's a pitch low, a ball. Battery for the Trevians of Florsch and Marte. Between Wilson and Florsch, the Trevians have certainly had a very solid early season performance from those two as pitchers. And Peter Elmer. Matt Loddick's a little bit, has been a little off early on. I noticed that Coach Napoleon's comments in the newspaper are that Matt may be changing his release point a little bit too much. The point at which on the swing he releases the ball. There's a ground ball, slow roller, picked up, throw, got him. And 4-3 on the put out, and Man Savage says something to Matt Loddick, little trash talking, and Loddick laughing. and whatever Mansavage said to him. Here's John Glant. Here's a strike. John Glant, number 4 hitter in the Warriors lineup. Out of pitch. Ball outside. Top of the first inning, just underway in this one. Florsch looks in, gets the sign, and delivers. Swing and a ground ball to third. Long throw by Sharp in time. And in the inning, no runs on 1 hit, 1 left. As we move to the bottom half of the first inning. No score. And here's Chris Busby to lead it off. Busby, Gilbert, and Pritz due up for the Trevians. New Trier beginning to get a little bit of respect around the state for their baseball. Pitch is inside a ball. High pop-up down the line, right fielder. Shallow and has it for the out. 1 up, 1 down. And here's Gilbert, who has been on a tear at the plate. Went 4 for 4 with 2 doubles and 2 singles, 3 runs scored. He sends a fly ball out to left, to right rather, and again caught. And here we're 2 up and 2 down very quickly. And here's Bryan Pritz. Bryan Pritz, the batter. Takes a strike, strike 1. Low ball. Glenbrook North and Evanston in a pretty good game. 6-5. Glenbrook North with the victory. Ball inside. Evanston's had their troubles this year, both with suspensions to players and just a very difficult long season for them. Inside a ball. Next week on the network, lots of baseball scheduled. Loddick scheduled to pitch against Stevenson. But rain in the forecast for that day in real time. Little comebacker. And quickly, 3 up and 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left. And at the end of 1 inning, no score between Deerfield and New Trier. We'll be right back. As we go to the 2nd inning, Ryan Clay leads it off for the Deerfield Warriors. Pitch is low, a ball, ball 1. Here's the biggest problem for the Deerfield Warriors has been scoring runs. Not hitting very well. Swing and a miss, strike. I mean, from the number of various different games I've seen of them this week. And the reports from Coach March. Now the delivery outside a ball. There's a strike. Strike three. Caught him looking. One up and one down. And here is Matt Finder. Finder bats in the second. Takes a strike. Strike one. There's a pitch high, a ball.
Hey.
I think I would have rather have Matt Loddick pitch this game inside a ball rather than Steve Flourish. I can understand Eric Wilson pitching against Lockport.
That-a-way, good
strike.
one. Oh, flow right here, kid.
But Loddick's had 9 days off in his pitching. Takes a little while to come around if you're going to give him that much time off between pitching.
Hey, you got to stay
Call it
back.
a ball.
Give him a better look at it.
Loddick, Sharp, and Geary do up in the bottom half of the second for the Trevians. Finder batting here for the Deerfield Warriors. Swing and a miss. Strike three.
Hold him down, Steve-O, let's go.
Here's Ben Leachute. Leachute. Bats with two out. Both via strikeouts. Swing and a miss. Strike.
Hey, read the swing. Nice pitch.
There's a strike. Or appeared to be. Now the delivery by Flourish. High a ball. Nice crowd, considering the weather. Swing and a miss. Strike three, and he struck out the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. 3 strikeouts. And we go to the bottom half of the frame. Loddick. Sharp. And Geary. Matt loves to hit, and I think what's going on right now, he's in a little bit of a slump, but I think that's because everyone's, now that he's hitting so well, or has been hitting so well at the beginning of the year, they're not giving him a lot to swing at. And so he's reaching out because he doesn't like taking those walks, perhaps. He's reaching out and lunging a little bit into the ball. He's been getting hits, but they aren't like they usually are. There's a ball inside. There you see.
Hey, hit hard.
So what kind of we're talking about, they're going to try and fire heat at him. Hot shot ground ball foul. That's that lunging motion. Time called. They're going to take a look at the ball. Change the ball, I guess. Second inning. No score. Loddick with a windshield whacker off to the right. They bunch Loddick almost straight away and right. Shaded a little bit to the left. And then way over in left center and left field down the line. And Loddick with a line shot right to the shortstop. Got good wood on it. Right at the shortstop. Here's Matt Sharp. Ground ball, knocked down by the pitcher. Gets up, tries to throw. No. And they score that as an error.
Make sure you give back, all right?
Here's Tommy Gary.
Oh, TG, here we go, kid.
Tommy Gary.
Is that even your ball? Oh, Sharp was wearing that.
Bats with one aboard. Error on the pitcher. There goes Sharp. And he makes it with a stolen base. Each team now with one stolen base.
Oh, TG, just like the cage, kid. A little weight back, those hands moving. Come on, Tommy.
Now they pitch. Outside a ball.
Top hand, TG, here we go, kid.
Joe Strauss on the mound for the Warriors, delivers. There's a bunt, foul ball. Let's take a look at this again. Checking here is whether Gary was out of the batter's box or if this was a regular bunt or he hit with a batted ball. So let's I don't even think that hit him. But if it did, his foot was on the line. Very close. Very close. Here, let's take that back and take a very close look at this. Does that ball hit Geary? And if so, where? Where were his feet? See, right there, unfortunately, we're at the wrong angle to see it, but it must be right there. And it's awful close. There's no real line there. It's kind of there, what the umpire says it is, more than necessarily a clear-cut look. It looks like he may have been hit with that ball while he was in fair territory. That left foot is very close. Very close. Call it a foul ball, though, so Gary stays alive with Sharp on at second. Oh, Gary stays alive.
Here we go.
It was very close. I can understand why the Deerfield Warriors now a balk. And some more discussion about this. The pitcher going, what did I do? He's still confusing on it. Still arguing his point, but going, what did I do wrong? There's a fly ball. A little dying quail over the shortstop into left field, and the single brings home the first run of the ball game. So with one out, an error, stolen base, balk, and a single has brought home a run here. And here's Brian Rogers. Brian Rogers bats with one out. And one aboard at first in Tommy Gary. Left fielder for the Trevians, Brian Rogers, fouls one off on a bunt attempt, strike one. 1-0, Trevians lead. This is a bees in the bat day. Not going to be a lot hit out deep in this one. Deep to the fence, going to take a real shot. Somebody is wearing a batting glove. Now the delivery outside of ball.
Here we go, Rose. Let's go, Rod.
Pitch out. And the runner wasn't going. Throw to first, and Gary back. Plenty of time. A cold northeast breeze today blowing in right off the lake. Throw to first, and again, Gary back. Springtime in Chicago. Wait 10 seconds and it'll change. Now the pitch. In the dirt, a ball. Got away. But Gary wasn't going. Thought about it, obviously, but wasn't going. So Brian Rogers is looking good here in the count. High pop-up. And that is out number 2. Tried to throw to first to double him up, but Gary wasn't biting, got back in time. Not by much, but got back in time. Here's Carpenter. Andy Carpenter steps in.
Hey, jump on the first fast one, kid. There we go.
2 out. Carpenter bats with 1 on, 1 run in, which is low a ball.
Here we go, Carp, hit it hard. Go, Carpo.
Swung at a bad pitch, pitch in the dirt, strike. Inside a ball.
Oh, Carpo, here we go, kid.
Second inning. Pitch is high and away, a ball. Swing and a miss. Strike. Andy Carpenter batting here. Delivery by Strauss and a windshield whacker off to the right. And the count remains full. Now the delivery as Geary goes, a fly ball down the line, fair ball. Into the corner it goes, mad chase. Here comes Geary. Around to score, and Carpenter will go into second with a double. The pitch to Carpenter, and he great job of going to the opposite field. And right down that right field line. Watch Carpenter kind of inside out this one and take it to the opposite field. And the diving attempt was a little off in the timing and gets by to the corner. A mad chase on. Sirota, and by the time he gets to it, Geary scores from first, and Carpenter into second with a stand-up double. And the Trevians lead 2-0. And here's Steve Marte. So Steve Marte comes to bat with Carpenter on at second. Trevians are staked to a 2-0 lead. Outside a ball.
You need to go out and get like a barrel of like weight gainer 2000 or something. Thank you.
Time called. Want to talk over signals here. Strauss on the mound. Nice job of hitting on the part of Andy Carpenter. Getting that ball right down the line. High fly ball, left field. Left fielder over. Has it for the out and the inning over. But the Trevians scored 2 runs on 2 hits. There was an error, stolen base, a balk, and 1 man left. We'll be back with more right after this message. Here on the Metro. 3rd inning of this one. Carrillo fouls one off, a windshield whacker. And the sun starting to poke on through. Carrillo made 2 great plays against Highland Park. Both times on line shots hit right at the pitcher. Bounced off the pitcher's leg. And Carrillo rolled in to get it. There's a ground ball backhanded, bobbled, throw, not in time. And that will go as an error on Busby. Had a little trouble controlling.
Grandma had these hot dogs. She had Snuff Box 1 and Snuff Box 2.
That's where we stood at the end of 2. Strauss takes a strike. Man on first. Now the square to bunt. Pitch is high, a ball. Third inning. Steve Florshaw on the mound. Squares to bunt again. Here's a strike. And again, he squares the bunt, bunts it foul, and that's a strike out. And here's Bruiser. 1 up, 1 down. You count that as a strikeout. Pitch is low, a ball.
Go forward, don't jump back. Read the pitch out of his hand. Let's go. Top hand, Sharpie.
Bruiser single, was left stranded in the first, batting here in the third. One out, one aboard. Throw to first, runner again back. There's a strike.
Is that Chris's team over there? Oh, yeah, he does.
Now Steve Flores into the windup. Line shot into center field. Other single for Bruiser. Two aboard with one out. And here's Sirota, a strikeout victim. Back on the first inning. Little single by Bruiser right up the middle. There's a ball outside. Now the pitch in the dirt. 55-footer gets away. And the wild pitch allowed the runners to advance up to second and third with one out. Runners on second and third, one out. Third inning. Deerfield Warriors. League game. Cross conference, as it were. There's a strike. And the North and South conferences of the Central Suburban League are divided by school attendance. It has nothing to do with team rivalries or anything like that. It's based on school size. There's a strike. The larger schools in the Central Suburban South and the smaller schools in the Central Suburban League North, which is why Maine South has switched into the Central Suburban League South, and Maine East is now in the North. That was all by, I think, 6 or 8 students. It was a very small number between the two schools. It was the difference between the two switching in the realignment. There's a swing and a miss. Strike three. And here's Man Savage.
Hey, hit the spot, Flo.
Mac Man Savage, and Man Savage was out on a 4-3 putout and then did a little trash talking to Loddick. And Loddick just smiled a coy little smile at him. He did say something down there. Pitch high, a ball. New Trier is almost just about twice the size of Deerfield. High fly ball. Pritz waits for it, has it for the out. And in the inning, no runs on one hit, 2 left. And we move along to the bottom half of the frame. And 1, 2, and 3 due up. Busby, Gilbert, and Pritz. Trevians leading it 2-0.
Why do you think people put?
Here's Chris Busby.
People take.
Busby flew out to the right fielder to start this ball game. Third inning.
Hey, stay on top. Top hand. On top.
Bottom of the third. Trevians.
Hey, not
First
yours,
batter
Bob.
takes a strike on the inside corner. Strike one.
Inside.
It's a pitch low, a ball. There's one thing that I really like about the Trevians batting this year is that there are days when not everybody is hitting, but somebody has been very hot every day.
Way to maximize the can.
At least one player has been hot at the plate every day. 4-3 on the putout on Busby, and here's Gelbert. Andrew Gelbert, he also flew out to the right fielder. I want to know, I noticed the newspapers have made some changes. The past tense of dive, the word to dive, has become dived. And I'm sorry, it's dove, D-O-V-E. He dove for the ball. He didn't dive for the ball. I mean, the past tense of flew is flown, not flewed. And there's a couple of them that they use. It's just, when did that come about? A pitch outside a ball. Well, make that high a ball. To Gelbert. Bryan Pritz on deck. There's a strike to Gelbert. Third inning. Now the pitch by Strauss, a high pop-up foul, and it's a windshield whacker. And that one really whacked it pretty good. Off to the right. Student Sports, it's a high school magazine.
Stay on top, kid.
Has named Matt Loddick the #1 three-sport athlete in the country. Strike three on Gelbert. And that's the first strikeout for Strauss. And here's Bryan Pritz. Pritz grounded on a little comebacker, 1-3. Batting here in the third. Pritz did that to make a 1-2-3 inning in the bottom of the first. Here's a strike to Pritz. Now the pitch, in the dirt, a ball. Now the pitch. Line shot. Through for the base hit. A single by Bryan Pritz. And here's Matt Loddick. Loddick lined out to the shortstop. Throws to first, runner back. There you see that big gap in right center. There goes the runner. Thrown out in time, stolen base. And Pritz on at second. Strauss, Joe Strauss, on the mound for the Deerfield Warriors today. Matt Loddick has fallen into a little bit of a batting slump. There's a strike. Matt sort of lunges early, get a little anxious. Pitch low, a ball. Matt Sharp on deck. He gets pretty good numbers on base percentage this year, in addition to his batting average. Pitches low, a ball. Pitching very carefully to Matt Loddick. Strauss, ground ball. Again, that turnover, 6-3. Turnover on the hands. 6-3 on the put on the inning over. No runs, one hit, no errors, and one left. We'll be back with more. It off, number 4 hitter in the Warriors lineup. 55 hitter, ball 1. Steve Florish on the mound. 5 strikeouts. Pitch was a little outside, I think. Ball. High ball. 3-0. Glatt, Clay, and Finder due up for the Deerfield Warriors. And the pitch. In there for a strike. 3-1 the count on John Glatt. Florish steps off the rubber. Glatt steps out of the box. Now we'll do it over again. Here's the pitch. Swinging a high fly ball. Geary on the run. Wynn takes it out of bounds. And out of play down the right field line. Nice job by Geary going after that. Swinging a ground ball. Gelber up with it, throws, and threw a rocket. Error on Gelber. And here's Clay. Boy, that one was nowhere near anybody. Slipped out of the hand, I suppose. And here's Clay. Ryan Clay, first baseman. Glatt leads off. There's a bunt. Oh, got him looking the wrong way. Got him. Pick off. Glatt. I don't know what he was thinking here. Oh, it was a bunt, but he took a big lead there and then waited to see if Ryan Clay connected. Reached out for the ball, but the ball went under, so it's a strike. And there you see, he started over towards second anyway. Oh, I think I goofed. And Marte, good job of getting it over there. And then Lodick with a sweep tag as he goes by. Right there with the tag before he got back to the base. And the out. So the error has been avenged, and Clay bats with nobody on and one out. So the Trevians take care of business. And Clay bats. And Clay got hit. Oh my, got hit on the arm. Right on the bone. Right on the left arm. Right on the bone. Some discussions here, and there you see Clay is down and jingling. That might be could have even, hopefully it's just a bad bruise. Got hit by the pitch. Showerman, Troy Showerman comes in.
Come on now, cut, kid. Roll him up here. Go, Flo, through strikes.
So Troy Showerman comes in place of Clay, as Clay goes down and goes down hard with hit by a pitch. There's a strike. Finder the batter. One on, one out. Two nothing the score. Go to first. And again the runner back. High pop-up foul, windshield whacker. Delivery outside of ball and high.
Everything in front, Marty. Get wide.
The leadoff at first. Swinging a ground ball up the middle. Step on the bag, out. Will throw to first in time. 6-3 on the DP and the inning over. No runs, no hits. An error, hit batsman, and nobody left. We go to the bottom half of the fourth, halfway home. Trevians leading it 2-0. Leading it off is Matt Sharp. Sharp, Geary, and Rogers do up here in the fourth inning. Sharp, Geary, and Rogers. And the pitch, and the dirt of ball. Here's a strike. Again, a very strange outfield alignment for the Warriors. Right fielder playing pretty much straight away. Left fielder
on top,
and center fielder.
On top.
are sort of bunching up towards left center. Foul ball back out of play. And it leaves a big gap in right center field. Now the pitch. High pop-up. Foul off to the left, out of play. And Peter Elmer. Pitched a whale of a game against Niles West. Is shagging balls out in along the third baseline today. Chase that one down. Swing and a miss. One up, one down. Drop third strike. And here's Tommy Geary. Geary singled home sharp back in the second inning, batting here in the fourth. Tommy has proven himself to be a real good right fielder. An important find for the Trevians this year. There's a strike to Geary. He and Brian Rogers have really been sort of the big surprises this year.
Hey, front side in, top hand. Just like the cage. Let's go.
The other nice surprise had been Gelber's hitting, and Sharp coming back to life as a hitter following an off year last year. High foul ball down the line. Got around early. Sent it way out there, but
shorten it up now. Here we go up the middle.
Early on the swing, and the wind helped it over into foul territory a little bit. The wind is blowing in from center field at about 15 miles an hour. There's a ball inside. Foul ball. Glad to have you here at the network for the ball game today. Pitch is low, a ball. Brian Rogers on deck. Change the baseballs. One out. Nobody aboard. Swing and a miss. And Gary's out. Here's Brian Rogers. Brian Rogers takes a pitch outside for a ball. There's a strike. Swinging a ground ball. Second baseman has it. Up throwing. Quickly 3 up, 3 down inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. And nobody left. We move along to the fourth. to the fifth, rather. 2-0 Trevians. School Sports on the Metro Chicago Sports Network. Some of the fans here today, the student faithful, some of the softball players. Here's Leach Shoe to lead it off, and some of the frozen Deerfield parents up in the stands. There's ball one. Leach Shoe, Carollo, and Strauss due up. Swing and a miss, straight.
Now, Steve-O. Hold him down. Third one.
Now the pitch. Foul ball, out of play. Windshield whacker again? No, wasn't even that.
Weren't you in charge of the weather?
Out of pitch. Low ball. Bottom third of the batting order due up here in the fifth inning for the Warriors. Foul ball back. Now the pitch. Got him on the pitch in the dirt. Seventh strikeout of the game. And here's Carollo. He was safe on an error back in the third. Takes a strike. Two and 0, 0-2 rather, the count. Swinging a ground ball. Busby has it. Up throwing. 2 down. Here's Strauss. Kind of lost track of the count his last time up and was out on a bunt. Third strike. Swing and a miss, strike one.
Right there. 14 outfield. Okay.
Swing and a miss, strike two. Likes the high strikes.
14. One more, come on.
Outside of ball. Let that one go by after swinging at it twice.
Right here, Stevie.
Ball, and the count evens up at deuces. 2-2. 2 out. Trevians leading 2-0. Strike three in a 3-up, 3-down inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. Carpenter, Marte, and Busby due up here. Here's Andy Carpenter, double down the right field line his last time up. Batting here in the fifth. And the first pitch is low, a ball. Ball one. Carpenter, the designated hitter today. Flicks one back to the screen. 1-1. The count to Andy Carpenter. Inside a ball, 2-1. One of those days where you really almost don't want to hit. So cold out there. Really kind of hurt your hands with those metal bats. And Carpenter draws the walk. Here's Marte. He flew out to the left fielder his last time at bat. And we're going to get a courtesy runner in Corwin. Here's Marte after getting his signals straight with Coach Napoleon. There's a strike. To Steve Marte. The look back to first, sent Corwin scampering back to the bag. There goes Corwin. Here's the high fly ball. Center fielder over, makes a catch. And Corwin scampers back on over to first. And here's Busby. One out, one aboard.
Nice swing, Marty. You're all right.
Throw to first again, runner back. Fifth inning. There goes the runner. Ball, there's the throw, not in time, stolen base for Corwin. So John Corwin aboard at second. Chris Busby batting. Busby with the bunt. Beauty right down the third base line. Nowhere to go with it. Bunt single. And runners at the corners. With a one out, here's Andrew Gelber. Looking for his first hit of the day. Takes a ball. Looking for the sign down the line from Coach Napoleon. Runners at the corners. There goes the runner. Ground ball. The second. No, dropped it. Everybody's safe. Scored as an error. And another run in. It is 3-0. Corwin coming on the score. Runners on at first and second. Error on the shortstop. He dropped the ball. Getting a little anxious to turn the double play. Pitch low, a ball. Busby at second. Gelber at first.
Let's go, Nair.
Pritz and Loddick do up. And the pitch was a ball, I believe, and Busby advances on a stolen base. So runners at the corners. Second stolen base of the inning. And Bryan Pritz. Runners at the corners. Pritz, 1 for 2 on the day. He sends a bunt. It's a beauty. Everybody going to be safe. Score that as a single. And another run in, second of the inning. And here's Matt Loddick.
Go, Buzz. Go, Matt.
Matt Loddick bats.
He's hiding behind her.
Runners on at first and second.
Look.
Pitch is low, a ball. Time called. Out for a little discussion. What do we do in this situation, gang? Coach March brings the infield in. He has the discussion. And we're ready to get underway again. Loddick bats. 0 for 2 on the day. Fifth inning. Trevians leading 4-0.
Do you want a coat?
There's a strike.
Okay.
Matt Loddick. Line shot into left field. And the bases are loaded. Loddick with a single.
Oh, Sharp it. Hey, front side in, use those hands.
And here's Sharp. One out, bases loaded. Matt Sharp, the batter. I wouldn't worry about a grand slammer today. Not in this wind. Not in this cold either. Delivery.
Baby, good eye, kid.
Ball.
Hit the ball where it's pitched.
Sharp was safe on an error, stole a base, went to third on a balk, and came home on a single back in the second. Struck out
Hey, sit back, wait for the one you want, hit hard.
in the fourth, batting here now in the fifth. High pop-up right up the chute. Infield fly rule and the pop out.
Call TG. Pick us up, kid.
Here's Tommy Geary. Geary with a chance to do a little more damage. Singled and brought Sharp home in the second. Takes a ball. 2 out now, bases loaded. Ball 2.
Hey, nice and loose top hand. Here we go, just like the cage.
8th man to bat in the inning. Joe Strauss, he's actually pitched a pretty good ball game here.
Oh, TG.
3 strikeouts. on the ball game. Had a couple of errors back behind him that have done a little damage. Gary batting. Ball 4. And a run walked in. Third run in the inning. Here's Brian Rogers. And they have batted around. Let's see. Let me look back in the scoring in the games that I've had. The number of times that they have batted around. 1, 2. Yeah, we'll get to that. Pop fly and taken by the shortstop, and the inning over. But the Trevians do some more damage, 3 runs, and we'll be back with more in just a moment. And we're just about set to start the 6th inning. I'm not sure exactly what the delay is, but okay, we're just about set. Now let's see. 1. There's a fly ball. On the run. No, won't get to it. And Brozer, the only man to get a hit off Florsch, has had 3 today. Here's Sirota. Yeah, struck out twice. I count 7 times that I know of that the Trevians have batted around. Throw to second, runner back. Have sent at least 9 men to the plate. An explosive hitting performance by the Trevians this year. They're 15-3 on the season. Showed a bunt, pitch low, a ball.
Harper!
8 strikeouts
Catch the ball, let's go.
on the day. Pass ball.
Come on now, come kid.
8 strikeouts on the day for the pitcher for the Trevians, Steve Florsch. In the dirt, a walk. The first walk issued by Florsch. And runners at the corners with nobody out.
Up the middle.
6th inning. Quickly, Coach Piggott out to have a word. Piggott ranked among the top high school athletes of the 90s. Played for Stevenson High School, football, basketball, baseball. Went on to play baseball at Creighton, I believe. Pitches low a ball.
That leg, kick that leg up a little. Go now, Red.
Throw to third, runner back. Trying for the pickoff play. This time didn't work. Ground ball up the middle. Double play. 6-4, 6-3 and out. But the run does come home, and the shutout broken.
16 here, 16. Good job, Chief. Ready, 16.
So Gelber takes the bounder up the middle, steps on second, and then over to first for the DP. There's a strike, and 2 out. Second double play today, turned by the Trevians. Glatt, the batter. High pop-up, foul territory. Loddick over, whoop, stumbled a little bit and couldn't get there. That's that turtle back. It's sort of falls off towards that fence, and I think Loddick had a little missed footing off of that. Strike 3, caught him looking. 9th strikeout for Florsch, but in the inning, 1 run on 1 hit. Nobody left. Did have a walk in that inning, and also a strikeout. They're the Deerfield freshman team. They finished their game against New Trier and having some of the barbecue that they have. Here's Carpenter re-entering.
Who am I in for?
Sixth inning. Carpenter, Marte, and Busby technically do up. Swinging a ground ball. Corallo over to first to Showerman, and there's 1 away. And here's Patrick Newmeyer. Patrick Newmeyer.
Newbie! Hey, Newbie, go yard. Come on, man. Come on.
Now the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike.
Hey, way back. Hang in there. Let's go.
Ball. Now the pitch outside the ball. And Newmeyer looking good in the count here.
Where's your wife today, Mr. Marte? Oh, is she over there?
Oh, yeah.
She wasn't there when I walked by before. Oh, is she?
Pitch outside the ball. Now the sun has poked through, making it a little less uncomfortable. Still, it is a heavy coat day here at Duke Childs Field. Ball 4, and Newmeyer draws the walk. Third walk issued today. And Sunheim batting for Busby. Throw to first, runner back. Now the pitch. There's a strike. Newmeyer safe on the stolen base. Fifth stolen base of the day for the Trevians. So the runner leads off. Now the pitch, right down the line, foul ball. There you see that little bugger down there. Luke Sunheim bats with runner on at second, one out. Trevians leading 5-1. Pitch low, a ball. Andrew Gelber on deck. And Coach Marsh out to have another word with his pitcher.
Fuji! 6, 7, 8, next inning.
Both pitchers have gone the distance.
Rip it, Loki!
Swing and a ground ball taken by the second baseman. Throws to first. On the play, Newmeyer over to third. And here's Andrew Gelbert. Officially 0 for 3. But he scored a run in the fifth inning. Flew out to right field. Struck out. Safe on an error. Hot shot, base hit, single. 1 for 4 on the day and another run in. And it's 6-1. And here is Bryan Pritz. Bryan Pritz with a single. Solid shot, and here's Matt Loddick. Six to 1. Loddick singled and was stranded at second in the fifth. His only hit of the day. Pop lined out to the shortstop and grounded out short to first. And he's 1 for 3 on the day. And for Matt, that is something of a batting slump. And again, a ground ball. This time taken by the third baseman. He'll take the force out at third. And the inning over. We go to the seventh. Trevians leading 6-1. And we'll be back with more in just a moment here on the Metro Chicago Sports Network. Well, it's hold 'em and go home time for the Trevians as we go to the seventh inning. Clay, Finder, take that back. It's not Clay, it's Showerman. Showerman, Finder, and Leishu. Ground ball, picked up by Busby. Throw to first, one up, one down. Here's Finder. Struck out and grounded into a double play. Only one player has been hitting for Deerfield. Swing and a miss, strike. All three hits done by Jeff Bruiser, the leadoff hitter. Nobody's been able to do anything beyond that here. For the Warriors. Deerfield Warriors trying to get back in this one. Seventh inning, last hope.
Nice pitch.
There's a little outside, a ball. Not by much. Here's a strike. And a strikeout. And the last hope. The forlorn last hope.
All right, come on, let's go. Let's get the last one.
Lee Chu bats. The catcher. Junior.
Come on. Let's go.
Ball in the dirt. Outside a ball. There's a strike. Lee Chu has struck out twice. Here's a strike.
Finish it up. Come on, let's go. Get this last one.
10 strikeouts on the day for Florsch. And a walk. And there's Carollo.
You win twice, bud.
Oh, that wasn't Lee Chu. That was Netzel. Carollo. Swing and a miss in the dirt. Strike. Carollo safe on an error. Grounded out. Busby to Loddick.
Go, float. Go, Flo, come on.
A ball. Let's finish this one off for the Trevs.
Right here, huh? Give yourself, kid.
Now the pitch on the way. Foul ball back and out of play.
How's your head feel? How's your head feel?
Let's go, Ken. Be ready over there. Knock it down. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Let's get this third one.
Now the pitch.
Oh, yeah.
Strike
Yeah. Okay.
3. And the ball game is all over. And we'll be back in just a moment to wrap this one up. For the Trevians, 6 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors, 5 stolen bases. They were walked 3 times, struck out 3 times, left 7 on base. For the Deerfield Warriors, 1 run on 3 hits, 2 errors, 1 stolen base. They were walked twice. Victims of 11 strikeouts from Steve Florsch. They left 4 on base and 1 hit batsman. They're racing down to the barbecue to get all that good, nutritious food they have over there.
I don't eat junk food. What are you talking about?
And the winning pitcher, Steve Florsch, and the loser, Joe Strauss. This is Mark Broad. Hope you enjoyed this broadcast. And remind you that we will be back with more sports action next week here on the network when the Trevians will take on the Patriots, the Hawks in conference, home, Loyola Ramblers, Maney's Demons, and the Clemente Ball Club down at Clemente under the lights next Saturday in a makeup game. Hope you enjoyed this broadcast, and we say as always,